2023, man, oh my gosh. I can say that it has been a learning lesson. I feel that every year is a learning lesson, something that I can improve on, something that I can do a little bit better as far as whether that's career field, whether that's emotional wise, physical wise, anything in that realm, or if I discover a new creative outlet each year. So each year shows me something different. I can say that 2023, this one was a tough one. And my best friend, she told me that 2023 hit me hard, but I hit harder. And that's exactly what I did. Starting off at the beginning of the year, everything was good. I was, y'all, when I think about it, it's crazy how time that fast went. I started flying. Next thing you know, that job and I separate. And I'm just thinking, well, how are we going to get some income coming in? Okay, here we go. We gotta make something shake. How am I going to support myself? How am I going to make all my ends meet? How am I going to eat, have clean clothes, all of that stuff? Just basic necessities, right? Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my family. The undying support that I have from both sides is absolutely amazing. That one was tough, but we made it work. We definitely made it work. I moved into a new space, and I can say that this spot was saved specifically for me because Jesus knew that I needed just something different. And we had to get some things going, get some things moving. And when I say that he has been there every step of the way, he literally has been there every step of the way. Even if I couldn't see it or feel him near me, he was in the mix of it all. He knew what was going to happen at the beginning of the year. He knew that I needed a place. He knew that I needed the support. He set everything in motion, and I was taken care of the entire time. A couple months later, I find a new job, and it's in a different career field, something that I have never even thought that I would do for the time being, right? It was challenging. I can say that it was very different, and it was a little bit of anxiousness that was happening within me because I honestly felt incapable of doing the job. But again, God saw that I was qualified to do this job, and we had a good run. It was different. I could say that it helped to build tough skin, and it helped with character development as well. Couple months ago, that job is gone. I say, well, what the heck? What's going on? What is this? Why is this cycle of being separated from jobs? Why is this cycle continuing? What's the problem? What exactly is happening here? I'm trying to figure out all of that and put the pieces together, thinking, did I do something? Was this just part of the plan in order to help make me become the person that I desire to be, as well as who Jesus wants me to be? What's the issue? What's the issue? When I say that I really didn't expect it, It's like I did, but I didn't at the same time. And I've ran into plenty of issues with that whole thing as well. I felt that I've had some racial encounters as well, whether it was in the job or if it was just being my normal self, just going about daily tasks. I've had my run-ins with those, and I can say that the job sphere and just daily life has played its part, but it has helped me and is continuing to help build my character development. After I lost that job, I was just like, you know what? I had to take a day to myself. It was either a day or a week that I took to myself because I was thrown for a loop. I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to cry it out. I have to feel all of my emotions. I have to cry it out. I have to feel sorry for myself just so I can let all of the tears out. And when I say I was bawling like I lost a puppy, I was bawling like I lost a puppy. Okay, it was absolutely ridiculous. I talked to my mom just so that way she could give me some good advice at the same time. Comfort me and let me know that you are going to be just fine. It's okay. It happens. Don't worry about it. Let it out, and we're going to get up and we got to keep moving. So after all of that, I was just like, you know what? Well, God, I did say a couple of years ago that I wanted to have my faith and my trust be more, I don't know the word. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be stronger. I can say that all of those episodes that has happened, it is being put to the test. And I put into practice that if something happens, whether it's good or whether it's bad, I have to run right back to God. I have to run back to Him, because He is the only one, besides my family and my friends, of course, He is the only one that has been my ride or die. He knew all of this was going to happen, right? So He made sure that everything was put in place for me to be taken care of. I had to move out of my previous place. I'm in my new place. And when I had to get all of that together, He had everything down to the details set in stone. So that way, when it comes time to cross that bridge, I don't have to worry about anything. I still don't have to worry about anything because He has been right there. And along that time, and I'm looking down at my notes too, so that way I can keep everything on track. But y'all, during this time, I had to remember that I'm not weak. I am a very strong woman. Some days it doesn't feel like it. Some days it definitely doesn't feel like it. Some days I feel like Superwoman. I feel on top of the world and I feel completely indestructible. Some days I just feel inferior sometimes. And I feel that imposter syndrome plays a part in that as well, whether that's in the job or whether that's just working my business. Some days I feel that imposter syndrome takes over and saying, I may have all these certifications and qualifications, but I feel that I really can't do the job. But Jesus continuously reminds me that I am able to do anything that I put my mind to. As long as I keep Him intertwined with everything that I do, I'm going to be straight. Along with the career path, friends and forgiveness has played a big part in that too. It has played a big part in that too. With the friends, I've had my girls since high school, and we are still great friends till this day. When I say not having a lot of friends is great, that means it's less mouths that's running and less opinions. My friends that I have are amazing. They love me so much and I love them so much. The reciprocation of advice, criticism, joking around with each other and loving on each other is amazing. And I couldn't ask for a better support system. My family is the same exact way. Just the reciprocation and balance between all of us is amazing. And it really helped me out during that time. And it's still helping me out now because I have somebody who has a clear mind when my mind is foggy. I have somebody who has a clear mind to get me on track, to listen to me, to empathize with me, and to remind me that I'm going to be all right. And reminds me that I am loved and I'm valued. I can say that during this time with God helping me to build my trust and faith in Him, it is helping me to understand His voice a lot more. I've been consistently reading my Bible, and I've mentioned that in previous vlogs. I've been consistently reading my Bible, consistently praying, and just talking with Him and making that a practice so that way my relationship can grow with him. And I can say that it has been very good. Some days I feel like I don't feel worthy enough to talk to him, because when I think about it, he has done so much for me. There's no way that I can pay Jesus back. There's no way that I can pay him back. But he finds enough time to take care of me, to love me, and to protect me and remind me that I am going to be okay. And it's a lot of emotion that comes along with that. When I have my private time with him, and even when I'm just talking with him while I'm driving in the car or just going about daily things, it reminds me that I'm going to be okay. And 2023 has reminded me that everything is going to be fine. We have no choice but to be fine. We can't sit on our butt. We cannot wallow in our sorrows all day. Let the emotion out, feel the emotion, cry it out, because when I say that I cried like I lost a puppy, I cried like I lost my puppy. I was bawling. My face was wet, nose dripping. It was absolutely a disgusting scene. Okay, it was a disgusting scene. But I was glad that I was able to feel it, because I was able to let it out. And after a couple days, I would say maybe a week, I felt better. As the pain was still there, but it wasn't as great when it initially happened. So I can say that I was growing and I was able to get back on track and do what I had to do. I also had to make sure that I really didn't let myself go health-wise, as far as just eating random stuff, not exercising, all of that, because I had bouts of me exercising, then I would have a plateau. Next thing you know, it would just be down in the valley. Next thing you know, we're back up at the top. We're at our peak. We're exercising now. We're getting our healthy regimen in, cooking my healthy foods. Then we're back down again, eating crap, not exercising. I'll go to the gym maybe tomorrow. Then that would turn to not going to the gym for a good amount of time. And I noticed that it was impacting my health. So I had to get back on track with that. And I also had to give myself grace during that time too. I really did have to give myself grace, because I noticed that I was being a little bit too hard on myself and not fully processing what's happening. I also had to think about ways to get creative to make ends meet, as well as to keep my mind clear and to know how to battle the thoughts that would enter my mind, whether it's imposter syndrome or when anxiousness started to take over or anything like that. I had to learn how to battle that. And I was learning to do that, and still learning to do that, just by talking to Jesus, reading my Bible consistently, praying, talking to him, and just trying to be intentional with that time, so that way I can hear his voice. And when I was doing that, his voice became a lot clearer. I would ignore it sometimes, and I can say I still do ignore it. Half the time I do, half the time I don't, because sometimes I would get scared of what the outcome would be if I did heed his voice. But at the end, the result is always fine, because in the end, I realize that I'm protected and nothing is going to happen to me. He's keeping me protected, like he said. He's fulfilling his promises, like he said, and not one word of his promises has failed. And I see his hand in everything. Whether I can feel him physically, or if I feel that he's silent, I know that he's still in the midst and intertwined in everything that is occurring with me. I can say that forgiveness, going back to that, because I realized that I just went down a rabbit hole. I can say that with everything that has happened from the beginning of this year up until now, forgiveness is something that I am still working on. It is very, very difficult for me to forgive. And I feel that the reason that I find it difficult for me to forgive is because I wouldn't do anything to harm somebody or something. So why would a person do that to me, right? And I had to remind myself and talk with God about that too, and just saying, Jesus, I don't get it. Why it's so difficult to forgive? And I've seen plenty, and he's dropped so many things my way, and those are just reminders of him saying that forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you. It's not giving them a pass on what they did. It's not saying what they did or what this particular job or person or group of people did to you. Making sure it's not saying that what they did was correct. It's for your sanity, for your peace of mind. And at the end of the day, he says that we have to forgive because he has to forgive us. Jesus, I really hope that I'm saying this correctly, y'all. But if we want the Lord to forgive us, we have to forgive others. And it is so difficult. It is very, very difficult because I was big and I'm still very headstrong on, if you're going to get me, I'm going to get you back. And it's nothing crazy or anything like that at all. I don't go out and try and hurt people. Nothing like that at all. Absolutely not. It's just that if you think that you're about to come for me, okay, if we want to be petty, I can be petty back. But I have to remember, I had to stop myself too, because I said, that's not how I was raised. 2, I know better. And 3, what is that going to do? What is that going to do? What result is going to come out of that? Okay, I may feel good in the moment because I got you back, but in the long run, what is that even going to accomplish? It's not going to accomplish anything. Don't repay evil for evil. And I had to continuously read my Bible to keep me on track and to keep me together. Jesus would just drop verses in my head all the time. If I felt that I just wanted to be petty and play get back, a verse would drop in my head, just holding me accountable and keeping me on the path of righteousness. I strive every day to showcase Jesus, because I can pass somebody that may not know him. And I know that he is a great God. So I want to tell somebody about it. I really do. It's just, think of it as you would go and see a movie. The movie is great. You want to recommend it to somebody else. You have to tell somebody about it. That's how I feel about Jesus. He is so great to me. He is so awesome to me. I just want to tell somebody about it. I just want to tell somebody about him. And if I can't voice it, I just want my actions to show that he does exist and he is indeed real. And this year has been definitely refining my faith, refining my trust in him, and just not being scared to lean into him, because it is so nervous. I get so nervous every time that I try to lean into him, because I don't see the result that's gonna meet me at the end of that particular road. I'm in the blue. I don't know what's coming next, and I like to know the plan, so that way I'm prepared. I don't even need to know the plan. I just need to know and remember that I'm holding on to Jesus, and he is not going to lead me down a path of harm. And so he is continuously working on me with that, with forgiveness, with trusting him, with building my faith in him. I'm a work in progress, but I can say that with that work in progress, I am actively and effectively and intentionally doing my best to read, to talk with him, to walk a path of righteousness, and to continuously remind myself that Jesus has my back. Jesus has my back. And I can say that with everything that has happened, 2023 is definitely a character builder. And I know I've said that before, but you guys, I'm really hope it's so much up here that I put down here, but it's more so coming out as word vomit. So I really hope I really hope that you all are following along. But I can say that with everything that has happened, 2023 is definitely has been a character building year. And what I've learned this year, I'm carrying it into 2024 and beyond. I've had some excellent times this year with friends and family. I've had some extremely bad things that I think are extremely bad for me that has happened to me this year. But I can definitely say that I'm still breathing. We are fine. We are above ground. Every day above ground is a great day. And I am so happy and thankful and grateful that I still get to experience another day. I'm able to take care of myself. I'm able to dress myself. I'm able to feed myself. I'm able to let my smile shine even when I want to be a grumpy person and I want to put on my grumpy pants and just be mean. The smiles outweigh it all. And everything is going to be just fine. I have so many things that's happening in 2024 that 2023 had to bring about. Oh wow. Yo, I just realized that. What happened? I just realized that. Okay, so 2023, what happened this year has planted the seed for 2024. Wow. Yeah, I just realized that. I had to say it out loud so that way it could actually wow. I had to say it out loud so it could actually make sense. Y'all. When I say God is great, God is great. And this walk is not easy. It's far from easy. I never expected it to be easy, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I definitely wouldn't change it for anything. And before I end this vlog, let me show you all what I've been working on. Hold on. Okay, so this is my positivity jar. I felt that I mentioned it on this channel a while ago, but I know I put it on my social media as far as TikTok and Instagram. But this is my positivity jar. I've seen someone do this, another creator do this years ago. And they would just get a cup or a jar, whichever one they want, and they would write out notes each day of the year. So that way they could have 365 notes to look on when that particular year is up. So that way they can look at everything good that has happened that particular year. Now, I know I don't have 365 notes in here because honestly, I forgot to write some down. But I know I have enough in here. And you all, look at all that. Look at all of that. All of these notes is absolutely ridiculous. Now I'm not going to show you like the details of all of that and everything, but I just wanted to show you all. This is something that I've put into practice, and all of these notes here remind me that it's not bad at all. Everything ain't so bad. Pick it out, read it, see what each month has brought you, and see how positive your year has been. This is a reminder to me that all throughout the year, we are fine. The positive definitely outweighs the negative, and I have this physical portion to prove it. I have all of these notes here to prove that I had a pretty good year. It has been a tough year. It has been a difficult year. It has been a character building year. It's also been a great year. It's been a positive year. I can say that what I have experienced and what I am currently experiencing is not showing on my face. I can say that when I walk out of my place, I'm able to still showcase that even if I'm experiencing something not so good or something could be better, I'm showcasing that every day I'm getting up and I'm pushing through and I'm keeping myself together with the support of my friends, with the support of my family, with the support of Jesus. Everything is going to be all right. And I'm very blessed in that sense, because it could be a different story. And I don't want to say that to brag or anything like that at all. It is very real and it is very apparent. And I'm just so thankful and grateful and blessed that I'm able to continue to still push through and to have all of my needs met. I'm able to say that we are doing just fine. This is just a portion of what this year has brought me positively. This is just a few of the positive things that has happened to me in my life right now. There's plenty more. These notes here, it's just a small portion. It doesn't even account for all of the happiness that 2023 has shown me this year. Life definitely threw its hand, and it's going to continue to throw its hand, but I'm going to definitely continue to write these notes to show that you cannot break me. I'm definitely going to continue intentionally practice writing down positive things and just putting on a positive face and having a positive attitude, because it's real easy to have a negative attitude. You have to work that muscle of being happy. You have to work that muscle of being intentional with being positive. And I can say that this here, as well as just me going about my daily life, I am so thankful, you all. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And I know I'm getting repetitive and going down a rabbit hole, but I really want you all to understand that this year has shown me who I am, whose I am, and how I am a very tough individual. And y'all, that is it for the vlog. 2023 will be complete in a couple hours. I really hope that your 2023 has treated you well. And if it didn't, I can say that I am still glad that you are here. Continue to push through, continue to strive for greatness, and continue to put a smile on your face. 1, because it helps keep the frown lines away. And 2, it's a great muscle to work out. Some days I don't feel like smiling, as I feel that you all don't feel like smiling some days either. But when I'm intentional about being happy, it's easier to take on the days. 2023, it's time for you to go. Time to welcome in 2024. Thanks again for watching this vlog, you all. I really hope that you all did enjoy it. And if you did, leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not subscribed already. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how your 2023 went, how you plan on continuing to improve in 2024 in the years to come. I'm going to catch you all next year. But until that time, peace out.
Why are you slowing down? Oh, so traffic? Brake lines, red lights, hold hands, grip tight. Play fights, your lips still taste like Mick D, sweet tea. Who wants to drive through shit without you? Without we. Brake lines, red lights, hold hands, grip tight. Play fights, your lips still taste like Mick D, sweet tea. Who trying to drive through without you, without me, sweet tea. Burning rubber, smooth tread on my car tires. All talk, got your spark tied. Butterflies in my stomach, putting out this hard fire. Love sick, a couple wild things I'm in love with. Just right, a subject, our song, complaining in public. Humming, I beat the drum quick. Last bite, know your ass, know the clap like it's a plotting effort. I come direct, I'm clear, calm, concise. I'm not calm on the mics. Brake lines, red lights, hold hands, grip tight. Play fights, your lips still taste like Mick D, sweet tea. Who wants to drive through shit without you? Without we. Brake lines, red lights, hold hands, grip tight. Play fights, your lips still taste like Mick D.